Alright, what's going on, everybody? This is Chase fan number 9 here, and I'm coming at you with another video. And for today's video, it's going to be a very special one. This weekend, or should I say this upcoming weekend for NASCAR is going to be very special. And it's for two reasons. One, it's going to be throwback weekend at Darlington Raceway. And the theme for this year is Champions of the Past, Present, and Future. And the other reason, it's the start of the NASCAR playoffs or chase or whatever you guys want to call it. I don't like the playoff format, the current one that we have right now, but we're just going to have to put up with it for a while until they either one, change it, or two, get rid of it. Well, either way, yeah. What else? I've seen some of these throwback paint schemes already, and some of them just look magnificent. Wow. There's some that from what I've seen, there's some that I like, and obviously there's going to be the ones that I don't like. So, yeah. Um, Now, before I start um looking into these paint schemes, there's something I just need to note. First, last year, when I did the paint scheme preview for Darlington, I took I what is it? I talked about the throwback paint schemes, but I only did it from the race photos that were taken at the track because NASCAR was doing practice and qualifying last year. Well, this year, obviously, NASCAR announced that there will be no practice or qualifying for the remainder of 2020. So, because of that, I'm gonna have to change it up a bit, and I hope that this is the only time I'm gonna do this. So, yeah, I'm just gonna do it based on the photos or the images that have been released as of late. So, yeah. I'm gonna go in numerical order from top to bottom. So that's how I'm going to do it. What else? I think that's pretty much it. Oh, and this will be part 1 of 2 for this paint scheme preview at Darlington, obviously. Some reason I can't I'm on the JSki website, and for Xfinity they don't have the thing for Darlington up yet, so I'm just leaving it. So I'm oh my gosh, what am I trying to say? I'm just gonna do Cup first since that's the only one that they're showing, and yeah, I guess I'm just gonna do Cup first in this video, and then I'll do Xfinity and trucks in the next video. So yeah. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say. So without further ado, let's get into the video, shall we? So first off, it looks like Kurt Busch, Chris Buescher, Corey LaJoie, Michael McDowell, Matt Kenseth, and the JTG Doherty cars are not going to be running a throwback paint scheme this year. It's either that or they're probably gonna, I don't know, release something at last minute. I don't know, but I guess that's gonna be how it is this year. But anyways, without further ado, let's take a look at the paint schemes, shall we? So first up, we have Quinn Half driving the number 00 Permatex Chevrolet Camaro, and this is a throwback to when Permatex first came into NASCAR. This was, Permatex has been around since the beginning of NASCAR, and this is based off of Milt Marion's 1936 Ford V8 Roadster. Okay, not a bad paint scheme. It's okay. I love the black on here, and here's a picture, I guess, of NASCAR in their early days. I was thinking Permatex would throw back to their old logo when they first started. It's either that, unless this is their throwback, their old logo back when they started. I guess, I don't know, but it's a cool paint scheme, and I do love the number font change on the car. It looks really cool. I saw Eric Estep's video too, and I have to admit, some of the paint schemes that he mentioned were pretty good, and obviously there's the ones that that he didn't like. So yeah, make sure to go check out his video. So yeah. But anyways, back to this. I do like this paint scheme. It's got number 23 on it. I'm not sure what it is, but okay. Yeah, love the black. I love this image here. It looks pretty cool. This would be a die-cast worthy car right here. So yeah, I'm really digging it. So yeah, loving it. Next up, we have Brad Keselowski in the number 2 discount tire Ford Mustang. Brad Keselowski is one of the few drivers this year who is throwing back to himself. This is based off of his 2010 Xfinity Championship winning car, and that was also the year when discount tire first came into the sport. So I see what they're going here. I mean, I've been kind of leery in the past about drivers throwing back to themselves, but for this year, I have to admit, at least it's better. Oh my gosh, at least he's trying something different this year instead of running just a bland than a Rusty Wallace throwback. So yeah, I'll give Brad Keselowski a little credit, and just like Eric Estep said in his video, he I well he I agree with him. Brad Keselowski should just run this paint scheme for the rest of this year, or run it in at least 1 or 2 races. But we'll see. I do like it's got the typical discount tire colors: the black, the red, the white. The red wheels look pretty cool. So yeah, I'm really digging it. Austin Dillon throwing back to a Junior Johnson paint scheme. It's the American Ethanol Chevrolet. It's the number 3. I do love the number font change on this one. It's got Junior Johnson's name here above the driver's side window. I love the letter font for American Ethanol. It looks pretty nice. Some of the paint schemes, the throwback paint schemes that Austin Dillon has ran in years past have been pretty decent. Like the Dale Sr. throwback when he threw back to the Wrangler car was pretty good. Last year's was pretty decent. It was the black car with the gold and all that. And this year, I actually do kind of like it. I do love the white with the red and the gold on here, especially here in the middle. That looks pretty cool. I love the throwback look to. Ooh, that looks pretty cool. I didn't notice that till just now. Love the old RCR logo. 3M. I've seen this thing on cars in years past. So yeah, I'm really digging it. So yeah, looks pretty cool. I see it's got additional sponsors like Bass Pro Shop, Tracker, Boat, and Easy Go. So yeah, I'm really digging it. You know, the Kevin Harvick's Busch Beer throwback paint schemes in years past has been getting old on me. But I gotta admit, this one actually looks kind of good. It's obviously the Busch Beer car, obviously, and it's a throwback to the 1997 Busch Beer can design. So okay, I see where they're going with this. It says Busch Series on. Oh, I see what they're doing. It's when Kevin Harvick won the Busch Championship in 01 and 06, or as we like to call it now, the Xfinity Series. Okay, I see where they're going with this. Okay, I do like the mountain design. The shades of blue look pretty cool. I love how they're showcasing the product like they always do. And oh, this looks pretty cool. I love how they're showing on the cans here the years when the Xfinity Series was called the Busch Series from 1997 to 2007. So okay, it was like an 11-year run with the sponsor. So Okay, I see where they're going with this. So, yeah, I'm really liking this. Ryan Newman, I see where you're going with this. It's a throwback to yourself. It's to your 1999 USAC Silver Crown Series Championship winning year. And I saw his video for it, and I gotta admit, his USAC car does match the colors of this one, that's for sure. I love the orange, the blue on here with the white. I do love how they have Oscar Mayer in the center here with this red line going around along with the orange and blue. So yeah, I'm really digging this. Whether if you like it or not, I do like the design. I wasn't I got I'm gonna be honest with y'all right now. I wasn't sure how I felt when I first saw this paint scheme, but now looking at it, I actually do like it. So yeah, I gotta give the folks at Roush Fenway some credit here. So yeah. Next up, Josh Balicki is gonna be driving the number 7 this weekend, and his throwback will be a throwback to Tommy Baldwin Sr. So that's the dad for Tommy Baldwin Jr., the one who currently runs the team as of now. I mean, it's just a bland yellow Chevrolet Camaro with Insurance King as the sponsor. But I gotta admit, the number font change looks pretty cool. Can't argue about that. So, yeah, I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's bland, but it's okay. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Tyler Reddick. Oh my gosh. This has got to be one of the best throwback paint schemes I've seen the any of the RCR cars run in recent time. This is a throwback to Jeff Burton's 1994 Rookie of the Year Ray Bestis car. Dang, this is a car many colors right here. It's got blue on the front and red and yellow on the side, along with the white too, and some blue as well. But wow, looks nice. You got the number 8 with a different number font. It looks cool, and it's got cat power on both the hood and the side. So, okay, I see where they're going with this. Love the red on the bottom. It looks pretty cool. So yeah, I'm really digging this. This will be a diecast worthy car right here. And I notice there's some red and yellow on the top too. So, okay, I see where they're going with this. I'll take it. Chase Elliott on the pole for Sunday's race, and he'll be, well, the theme for the Hendrick cars this year is pretty obvious. They're all throwing back to Jimmy Johnson since it's obviously his last full-time season. I know it's not the way he wanted to go out in terms of missing the playoffs, but it is what it is. But anyways, the themes for the Hendrick cars this year, plus the 48, which we will get to later on in this video, look pretty cool. Chase Elliott will do first. He's throwing back to Jimmy Johnson's 2009 championship season. It's got the classic blue on the front. It's got the classic yellow number. It's reminiscent of Jimmy Johnson's Lowe's paint scheme, which is pretty obvious. Got the yellow here on the splitter. Got the red and black here. Sponsor is Napa Auto Parts, obviously. So, okay, I'm really digging this. I'm really liking it. So, yeah, this year I'm gonna try and get all the Hendrick cars for Darlington and see where it goes from there. Cause man, oh man, this is one hell of a paint scheme. If I'm being honest with y'all. And it's also got Hooters and Mountain Dew here on the side too, so that looks pretty cool. So yeah. Eric Almirola, oh my gosh, this is probably the best throwback paint scheme that I've seen the 10 car run in recent time. It's a throwback to Fireball Roberts and the Ford. He drove to an 8-win season in 1957. Okay, and like what Eric Estep said, I love the fact that they made the number font match the number font that Fireball Roberts had on his car back in the day, so it's pretty cool. And his sponsors obviously Go Bowling and it's got Roush Yates 550 horsepower. Okay, I see where they're going. Got Go Bowling America. I love how Go Bowling also has the throwback look to itself as well. So yeah, I see where they're going with this. Love the number color on the top with the black with the red outline. It's got Smithfield on the trunk. So okay, I see you, Eric. I see you. Now, this paint scheme, I know the picture is not the greatest, but I've seen some high quality pictures of this, and it's a throwback. Denny Hamlin's doing a throwback to 1973, the year FedEx came into NASCAR, and when Cale Yarborough won in the number 11 at Darlington. Yeah, back then, guys, FedEx used to be called Federal Express. It was created back in the 70s, obviously. And this paint scheme, it does look sharp indeed. It's got like a bluish purple color with the orange. The white on the front looks fine. The logo for the colors for the letters of Federal Express looks pretty cool. So, okay, I see where they're going with this. Not too bad. Not too bad. Nice. Now, this paint scheme, I know some people don't like this, but I think Ryan Blaney's Menard's throwback to Paul Menard's 2003 ARCA victory at Talladega looks pretty cool. Yeah, it's okay. I've seen side by side pictures. Oops, I accident. Yeah, sorry about that. I heard something, but anyways. Yes, this is a throwback to Paul Menard's Talladega winning car back in 2003 in the ARCA series, and I know some people don't like it, but I actually do kind of like the blue along with the red, orange, and yellow on it. I think it looks pretty cool in my opinion. It's got Maytag on the hood. It looks pretty cool, and on the side too, on the quarter panels. So I'm really digging this. So yeah, it's a pretty cool paint scheme. It's okay. Next up we have Ty Dillon. I think this looks like a pretty cool paint scheme right here. This is a throwback to Todd Bodine's 2010 Truck Series Championship winning scheme. As you guys, well, for those that don't know, Ty Dillon drives for Germain Racing, obviously, and one of Germain Racing's longtime sponsors has been Geico. Well, it's been on the Cup car since 2010, but one thing you guys should know is the fact that they ran a Truck Series program, which doesn't look like it exists anymore, and one of their drivers was Todd Bodine, who drove the number 30 Germain Racing Toyota Tundra, and this is one of those paint schemes. Yeah, he's had different paint schemes on the 30 truck before, but here's one of those paint schemes. And I gotta admit, I do like the black, red, and silver on it. Looks pretty nice. Got breast cancer awareness logo there. And here's also a overhead shot. I'm okay with the all black hood and top of the car. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, I'll give them credit for that. So yeah. Yeah, it's an okay paint scheme. Yeah. Now, aside from drivers throwing back to themselves, there's going to be drivers that will be throwing back to a specific race winning car that was ran in a specific race. And the first of those drivers is Clint Boyer. He's throwing back to when Peak won their first race as a sponsor in NASCAR, and that was Kyle Petty's 1990 win at Rockingham. And I gotta admit, the number font looks okay on the car. I love the blue. You know, I've always been a big fan of the Peak paint schemes, especially when Clint Boyer was with Michael Waltrip Racing. And I've been a fan of and it's still, Peak is still, Clint's sponsor. Still, same thing with Blue Def as well. And their paint schemes never disappoint. But this one, it's up there with those ones. It's got Peak all over the car, Peak antifreeze. Uh, I'm kind of not sure how I feel about this red thing on the side of the car, but I'll give them credit for the fact that it wraps around the car. So yeah, I mean, I'll take it, I guess. But the blue, man, it's just spot on. You can't deny it. So yeah, I'll go with that. Man, oh man, Brennan Poole, your throwback paint scheme this year definitely does not disappoint. Your throwback is for Ricky Rudd's motorcraft car from the mid 1980s, and you're going with the fact that his nickname was the Rooster, Red Rooster. I guess you're just adding red because red is your sponsor, basically. So yeah, I'm actually liking this. It looks really badass. I love the white and the red. I mean, it's the color. I mean, he's had well, prior to Darlington, we've seen him run the red paint scheme before with the red and white, but this one, it just tops it all. You got some red here under the nose of the car. You got the sponsor on the hood. This number font is just off the charts. Now, I do love you got the fact that you got 3 stars and red with its and for what stands for remember everyone deployed. Got the white rim tires, which I'm really liking. And okay, it's a really good looking car. I really have to give the folks at Premium Motorsports some credit for this. So yeah, it looks nice. I've said in past videos that even though I don't like Kyle Busch, I do like some of his paint schemes like the Interstate batteries, but this 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 is this is up there now. This is a throwback to Elliott Sadler's 2004 M&M's paint scheme, and what no better driver to throw back to the past M&M paint schemes than Kyle Busch himself. I mean, 2004 is when M&M's first came into the sort or oh no way, I've seen M&M's on cars prior to 2004, and yeah. So yeah, I'm really digging this. I love how the number font closely matches the thing here for Elliott Sadler. Yeah, sorry, I heard something out. I heard something again, but anyways, I do like how they're showing different angles of the car. It's got M&M's on the car, so yeah, it's the M&M's paint scheme, but with a throwback twist to it. So yeah, I'm really liking this. So yeah, I'm really digging this. Don't like Kyle Busch, but I do like some of his paint schemes. Do like some of his paint schemes, and this one has topped it all. And we all know that when Kyle Busch came to Gibbs, he had M&M's on his car, and he has brought them the victory lane a numerous number of times in years past. And let's see what this 18 car can do under the lights this upcoming Sunday. So yeah, let's see where it goes from there. So yeah, I'm really liking this. It looks pretty cool. Just taking a look at number font, paint scheme's all good. Alright, I'm really digging it. Too bad they don't show what the other side of the car looks like, the right hand side. I know it may look the same, but it could be different. But anyways, that's just what I think. So yeah. Anyways, moving on. Look, Truex, I get it. It's a throwback to the early Bass Pro Shop paint scheme, specifically to the one that Hank Parker Jr. ran. But why are you running basically the same paint scheme that you ran last year in Darlington? I'm like, I don't get this. This was ran specifically at Atlanta, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm kind of biased about this paint scheme because he's basically using the same paint scheme that he ran last year. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this looks like, yeah, it's just a copy of last year. So yeah, I mean, don't hate it, but I'm kind of biased about it because it's it's basically a carbon cop. It's just a copy of last year's paint scheme. So yeah, I'm biased about stuff. Now, I have to agree with Eric Estep for Eric Jones's Darlington throwback, which is a throwback to Tony Stewart's 2005 Martinsville Home Depot paint scheme. Yes, it's supposed to be an orange paint scheme because, yes, Tony Stewart was with Gibbs, the sponsor was Home Depot, and the car was obviously orange and white. I like sports clips and all, but they need to make the colors match. I mean, yes, red is part of red is part of Sports Clip's colors, but still though it should match up with what Tony Stewart had in terms of the colors, like the orange, all that. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of this paint scheme. It may look good under the lights, but this paint scheme, I'm not really digging this one. So yeah. Matt DiBenedetto driving a, obviously a Wood Brothers throwback scheme. It's a throwback to to a car that the Wood Brothers ran back in 1963 called the Ford Galaxy. I see Matt DiBenedetto has the names of himself, Tiny Lund, and Marvin Panch on the car. These are two drivers that obviously drove for the Wood Brothers. I love how the number font is slightly changed up, especially on the number 2. I mean, I've been okay with, well, last year's throwback painting for the Wood Brothers was off the charts. I definitely liked the one that Paul Menard ran last year. The one that Blaney ran 2016 was okay, or was it? Yeah, I think it was 2016. The others has been but I didn't hate it. It just wasn't. I just wasn't feeling the ones of years past, except for last year. This year, it's okay. I like the red and white. It looks pretty cool. So yeah, I'm really digging this. Joey Logano's throwback paint scheme is interesting. It's a throwback to Bobby Allison's 1985 Miller car. I mean, I do like the star design here on the side of the car, but most of the front just looks bland. I'm gonna have to see a comparison picture to see what they're talking about in terms of Bobby Allison's paint scheme. The red is okay. The white number is fine. I did like Logano's throwback last year, which is throwback to Kevin Harvick. That was pretty cool. This one, it's okay. It's got Shell Pennzoil on the back and on the side here. But this, it's okay. The red's fine. Not gonna argue there. Here's the next Jimmy Johnson tribute, Jimmy Johnson throwback scheme. It's William Byron, our winner from this past Saturday. He is throwing back to Jimmy Johnson's last win in the All-Star race, which was 2013. That year, Jimmy Johnson ran a Lowe's patriotic paint scheme that was white with the 2 blue stripes. I actually kind of like that paint scheme that Jimmy Johnson ran back in 2013, the patriotic one. That was really cool. But this one, it's nice to see on the Liberty University car again. It's got the red here on the bottom, looks nice. This car is giving me patriotic vibes. because it's got the stars here on the bottom. So yeah, I see where they're going with this. I'm really liking it. Yeah, I'm getting all the try and get all the Hendrick Darlington throwback schemes this year. That's if I can. Also, I'm probably gonna get William Byron's Daytona car too, but we'll see. But this paint scheme, I'm really liking this. I can't wait to get to the next two for Hendrick. Wow, in years past, um, some of the smaller teams in NASCAR have really put on some interesting throwback paint schemes. There's been some that I wasn't a big fan of, but there were some that I like, and this one, wow, JJ Yaley, this paint scheme is off the charts just like the 15 car was. This is a throwback to the late Kenny Irwin in his 1997 Nerf car. Yep, that's right. Nerf has been around since the 90s, it looks like. He's got a common Rickware sponsor on the car, Jacob Companies. I do love the green, and it's got the purple and blue on the hood with the Jacob Companies on the hood, liking the number font. I love the green spoiler. That looks pretty nice. This car shouts the 90s from my point of view, and it's got some purple on the bottom here. Oops, sorry about that. Thing does that all the time. Sorry about that. And yeah, it looks pretty nice. Number font looks spot on. I love the design here. It looks pretty intense. This is one of the now I am not really a fan of when I've said before that I don't like it. Well, you know how I say sometimes at least the paint scheme's not too crazy. Yeah, sometimes I'm not a big fan of when drivers go crazy with their paint schemes, especially it's for a specific sponsor and they run that paint scheme over and they run a crazy paint scheme. This is one of the crazy paint schemes that I will tolerate. So yeah, GG JJ Yaley, you really gave this car is definitely gonna look good under the lights, that's for sure. Jonathan Nemechek is throwing back to Elliott Sadler's Sit-Go scheme from 1999-2000 when, well, as you guys know, Elliott Sadler drove for many teams throughout his career, and one of the teams he drove for was obviously the Wood Brothers, and this paint scheme is based off of that. So, the red, the red color is fine. It's not really digging this one. I mean, I get they're throwing back to a a paint scheme, I should say, that was ran 20 years ago, 20 to 21 years ago, but still, though, I'm not really a big fan of it. But I see where they're going with it. It's got sit guard on the hood and the sides. The number font is okay. So, yeah, see where they're going with this. Next up, we have Cole Custer, who is throwing back to Curtis Turner, who is a NASCAR Hall of Famer from 2016 and a winner of the 1956 Southern 500. The only thing I like about this is, one, the hood looks pretty cool. It's got 427 CI, which I have no idea what that means. You got Haas Automation on the hood. And I love how they put Curtis Turner's name on the side, and how see how they have HaasTooling.com here on the side. I love how they gave it like a throwback look to it, and I assume that the company was made in Oxnard, California. I assume. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I love how they made the number font match the one that Curtis Turner drove back in the day. So yeah, I see where they're going with this. I like it. Now, people are going to look at Bubba Wallace's number 43 Cash App paint scheme, and they're probably going to wonder, how is this a Darlington throwback? Well, guys, let me give you a little backstory on this. When Richard Petty was still racing, during this one race, Richard Petty crashed his primary car during a practice session in 1986, okay, and he had to borrow the number 6 that was originally going to be driven by someone named D.K. Ulrich, and therefore Richard Petty drove the number 6, which was the sponsor, the number at the time, and that's what this paint scheme is throwing back to. D.K. Ulrich's number 6 car that Richard Petty ultimately used. So I see where they're going with this. I love the different shades of green from the front to the back. It looks pretty nice. I'm fine with the white hood. It looks okay. So yeah, it's a pretty cool paint scheme, and I'll just leave it at that. So yeah, this paint scheme is definitely good. I'm really digging this. Yeah, when I first saw the article for this, I didn't understand first until I obviously read it and I understood where they were going with this. And once I saw everything, I was like, okay, I see why they did what they did. So yeah, I'm really liking it. All right, here is probably the best one out of this entire bunch. It's Jimmy Johnson's number 48 Ally Throwback. And this paint scheme, it's pretty obvious what it's throwing back to. He's throwing back to himself and 2 past NASCAR champions who are 7-time champions. Those being Richard Petty and Dale Earnhardt. It's got Petty on the top half and with the Ally in the middle, which is supposed to represent where STP goes. The 48 font on the roof is pretty badass. Meanwhile, on the bottom, well, the bottom half, I should say, how do I put this? It's matching up to the black paint scheme that Dale Earnhardt drove with the number 48 on the side with that cool looking number font, which is supposed to represent the one that Dale Sr. had. And I see that he's got, what does he have? The 3 7-times, which is supposed to represent Petty, Earnhardt, and Johnson himself. So yeah, I'm really liking this paint scheme. I'm definitely getting this die cast. There's no doubt about it. So yeah, I'm really liking this. Nice. Here's the first Darlington throwback paint scheme that came out earlier this year. I think this came out during the COVID break, I believe. It's Joey Gase, obviously. He is throwing back to Bobby Allison's one of Bobby Allison's old paint schemes. It's the number 51 Agri Supply Carolina Cooker Chevrolet. And this is actually the same one that Tony Stewart ran back in 2016, but with I think he had Coca-Cola on the car that year in 2016. So yeah, I'd say it's basically similar to that one. Yeah, this one similar to Tony Stewart. I do like the number font. That's all I can say. Got Carolina Cooker showcasing one of its products again, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, I see where they're going. Number font here on the front looks pretty cool. I like the one that the 51 ran last year, the Burt Reynolds car. It's nice. So yeah, it's nice to have James Davison part of Darlington Throwback. He'll be driving the 53 this weekend. His throwback will honor IndyCar / NASCAR driver Tom Sneva. I'm not sure what it looks like, what Tom Sneva's paint scheme looked like back then. I'll need to see a side-by-side picture at some point, but anyways, the sponsor is Signing Day Sports, which I believe is a new sponsor to Rick Ware. The number font looks very old school. I like it. Same thing with the sponsor, the letter font on some of the sponsors, they look very old school. It's got a different shade of red unless it's maroon. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what it looks like. And it's got some other sponsors here, and yeah, I'm really digging this. I'm really liking this. It's got an old school feel. So, yeah, I'm really liking this. Love it. Next up, my man Timmy Hill. He's basically running the same pacing that he ran in that virtual race at North Wilkesboro during the COVID break. It's a throwback to Phil Parsons' 1984 Skull Bandit car, and it's got the green with the gold car number and the flames. Looks nice. The sponsors are different, but hey, the car looks pretty cool, so can't argue there about this. So yeah. Next up, we have Ross Chastain, who'll be throwing back to Dale Sr.'s 1976 high gain Chevrolet. And you want to know something too? I believe Dale Sr.'s car number was 77 as well. So, yeah, I'm really liking this. It's got the gold number, it's got the red, the white, and blue, and it's got Dale Jr.'s podcast, Dirty Mo Media on the back. So, yeah, I'm really liking this. I know there's no sponsor on the hood, but nah, who cares? It's cool nonetheless. Best throwback paint scheme for the 77 car ever. I know last year's was a throwback to Sirius XM, but this paint scheme is another one that's off the charts as well, so you can't argue there about this. And the last Jimmy Johnson throwback paint scheme we have is Alex Bowman, who'll be throwing back to the year when Jimmy Johnson won his very first championship back in 2006. It's got the obvious colors of the Lowe's paint scheme, the blue, the silver, black, and the classic yellow number. I don't see any flaws with it. Everything looks pretty good. It's got Truck Hero and Chevy Goods on the car, the yellow splitter as well. So, okay, I'm really digging this. So, yeah, I'm really liking this. Like I said, it's got the Jimmy Johnson 2006 vibe. So, yeah, I'm really digging this. I'm really liking it. Now, these last two drivers on this for this video are throwing back to themselves, and the first of those last two is Christopher Bell, who's throwing back to himself. He's throwing back to when he won his Truck Series championship back in 2017. I know the thing doesn't match the JBL colors. I mean, I like how they have the side-by-side picture, but well, I mean, I get it's the Ream car, and it's got the sponsor on it, but yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about that. I mean, the design looks pretty cool, but I'm not sure how I feel. Number font looks cool. Got Germania, Insurance, TRD, and Ream and all that. I'm not sure I mean, wait, why should I be so harsh about this? Why should I be so hard about this? It's Lava. I mean, actually, you know what? You know what? I think I'll let this one slide for now. It's a okay paint scheme. So, yeah. But I do like how even though the colors are different, I do like how the designs match here and here. So you can't argue about that, am I right? So yeah. Now for Daniel Suarez's throwback paint scheme, I know people are gonna look at this and say, "Oh, this is just a throwback to Carl Edwards." Well, yeah. I mean, I agree. I see where they're going. It may look like a Carl Edwards throwback, but in reality, it's just a throwback to when Daniel Suarez won his Xfinity Championship in 2016, which is ironically the year where Carl Edwards basically said, "Fuck it, I'm done with NASCAR." But anyways, I, I do. I mean, it's really cool to see Aris back on the car, but I'm not sure how I feel about it though. I guess I'll just have to let this one slide. I do love it's got the Aris colors, obviously the orange, white, and red. So yeah, I can't argue there. I was thinking the number on the top was gonna be red, but I'll stick with the white. So yeah. So guys, that will do it for this first part here. I want to thank you guys for watching. This has been Chase fan number 9 here. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Make sure to hit the bell down below to get notifications for all my videos. Make sure to hit that like button and go follow me on Twitter at ChaseFan_9. With that, I'll see y'all in my next video. Until then, have a good one, and I'll see you guys for part 2. Alright, bye-bye.